and welcome to our journey throughout the galaxy that is ninth grade biology. From cells to ecosystem, DNA to evolution, we'll explore the world and how it works. Let's go. This is Unit 1, Biomolecules. Let's start with what we're made of, biomolecules. These are the basic building blocks of life and fall into 4 categories: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Up here will be a picture of a lunch tray. Carbohydrates, like a piece of bread on this lunch tray, are our main energy sources. Starch and sugars, lipids, like cooking oil, are your long-term energy and make up your cellular membranes. Proteins, like this egg, help build muscle and carry out chemical reactions as enzymes. I can't really show a nucleic acid, but think about this book as DNA. It shows and stores genetic information. From energy-packed carbs to protein-building blocks, biomolecules are the ingredients of life. But where do these molecules do their work? Inside the cells. They have tiny factories that keep everything alive. Now let's go see how everything is organized. Unit 2, prokaryotic versus eukaryotic. Now let's compare the main types of cells, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells, like bacteria, are small, simple, and have no nucleus. Their DNA floats freely inside the cell, like the bead inside the jar, where it doesn't have much in it and it flows freely. They don't have any membrane-bound organelles, which means no specialized structures inside. Eukaryotic cells, on the other hand, are complex. They do have a nucleus where DNA is stored safely, and they're filled with organelles that can each do a specific job, just like the rooms and all this stuff that is packed inside this jar. You'll find these in plants, animals, and fungi. Even though they look different on the outside, both types of cells are essential to life. One's simple, one's complex, but both are powerful. Unit 3, meiosis versus mitosis. Now that we've seen the difference between simple and complex cells, let's dive into what those cells do when it's time to multiply. This blob with a lot of things inside is a eukaryotic cell, and their strips inside are chromosomes, the DNA instructions. When your body grows or needs repairs, it uses mitosis. One cell divides into 2 identical cells with the same number of chromosomes. These are somatic cells. But on the other hand, to make sperm or egg cells, your body uses meiosis. This time, the cell splits twice, creating 4 cells, each with only half the chromosomes. That's how we get genetic variety. So remember, mitosis helps you grow and heal, and meiosis helps life begin, all with the power of chromosome division. This is Unit 4, photosynthesis and cellular respiration. After cells divide, they need fuel to keep working. That fuel comes from one powerful word: energy. Plants capture sunlight with photosynthesis. Using light, water, and carbon dioxide, they make glucose, a sugar that stores energy. Oxygen is released too. It's like the plant is cooking food from air and light. Now, we consumers eat that plant or the food it makes, and our cells do the opposite. They break down the glucose into oxygen in a process called cellular respiration. Think how we get energy to more. That's how we get energy to grow and survive. Photosynthesis stores energy in glucose. Cellular respiration unlocks it. It's the energy loop that connects every living thing, and from plants to people. Now that we understand how cells are made and use energy, let's zoom out and see the entire organism, like plants, people, and how they use systems to stay alive. In plants, the xylem acts like a straw, pulling water from the roots to the leaves. Look how this straw here, the water drops and goes up. This helps with photosynthesis and keeps the plants upright. In humans, the circulatory system moves blood through the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients and removing waste. It works with other systems to keep homeostasis, a stable, balanced, and external. Miss Maxwell, I have to go use the restroom. This is my excretory system at work. It is how I get rid of waste. Ouch, I have really bad calluses on my hands. This is from working out. This is my integumentary system, and it is mostly comprised of my skin, and it helps protect everything internal. Whether it's water in a plant, or blood in your veins, or even the skin that surrounds everything. Systems are how living things and organisms stay organized, balanced, and alive. Now that we've seen how systems run the body, let's look at the blueprint behind it all. DNA, the molecule that holds life instructions. Think of DNA like this zipper, two strands locked together, holding a code for 4 letters, A, T, C, and G. This code tells our body and cells how to build proteins. Moving on, first comes transcription. The DNA unzips and makes a copy called mRNA. Then comes translation, where that message is used to build a chain net called an amino acid. Like this bead string right here, which folds into a working protein. This is protein synthesis. From zipper code to bead chain, DNA controls everything in your body, one protein at a time. Now that we've seen how proteins are made from DNA, let's find out how traits like eye color and dimples get passed down from parents to kids. This is a coin. Your genotype is a genetic code, the DNA letters you inherit. Your phenotype is how those genes actually show up, like brown eyes or curly hair, like me. Just like flipping a coin, inheritance involves chance. You get one gene from each parent, heads or tails, and the combination determines your traits. A Punnett square like this one helps predict genetic outcomes. It is simple yet effective at showing the possible combinations from two parents and the likelihood of each one showing up. Genes may be tiny, but they control everything from freckles to height, one trait at a time. We've seen how traits are inherited, but how do they change over time? That's where evolution comes in, the idea that species change across generations. Fossils like these show how organisms looked millions of years ago. They reveal extinct species and how modern creatures evolved from ancient ones. Homologous structures like my hand and a whale's flipper look similar because they came from a common ancestor, even if they serve different functions today. Even bananas? Scientists can compare DNA between species, and believe it or not, we share about 60% of our genes with bananas. That's molecular proof of shared ancestry. From rocks to genes, the evidence for evolution shows how life has changed and continues to change over time. Now that we've seen how species change, let's now explore how they interact in their environment. Mutualism is like this device and its charger. The device gets power and the charger does its job. In nature, both species benefit. Predation is one organism feeding on another, like this wolf and a rabbit. It's like a survivor game where one goes home with dinner and one doesn't. If two animals want the same resource, like these two pencils, but there's only one available, that makes competition. Commensalism is the last ecological relationship, where one species benefits and the other is unchanged. Think of it as a whale and barnacles. Parasitism is when one species benefits and another doesn't, like a tick feeding on your blood, or this tick that's about to rip off my hair. It's winning and you're not. From helping each other to harming each other. These ecological relationships shape every ecosystem in the world. I do not own any